What does the Canadian wilderness have in common with Nigeria? Shell International. Welcome to Africa's Niger Delta. This is Africa's richest oil-producing region, dominated by one of the world's largest petroleum producers, Royal Dutch Shell. However, the Delta is also one of the largest sources of greenhouse gas emissions on Earth due to Shell's practice of flaring or burning off gas daily. But it's not just the global climate that suffers. Shell's activities over the last decade have caused deep civil unrest between Nigeria's government and the country's indigenous people, a conflict which drew international attention when the military arrested and executed anti-Shell activist Ken Saro-Wiwa. Shockingly, Shell does not deny its role in this conflict. We sometimes feed conflict by the way we award contracts, gain access to land, and deal with community representatives. Still, despite indictments against the company's Nigerian operations for crimes against humanity and torture, the conflict rages on, and today, roughly half of Shell's Nigerian operations are shut down for security reasons. It is not surprising that the company is looking elsewhere to do business and have set their sights on holdings in Western Canada. Unlike the coastal delta of Nigeria, Shell's Canadian interests lay inland in a region of northern British Columbia known as the Sacred Headwaters Basin, birthplace of 3 of the West Coast's most important watersheds. It is the heartland of a wilderness twice the size of the Arctic Wildlife Refuge. It is also sanctuary for an unparalleled abundance of wildlife, including mountain goats, grizzly bears, and the world's largest populations of stone sheep and Osborne caribou. However, the region is also rich in mineral resources such as coal and coalbed methane gas, and already there are over half a dozen mining and energy projects in development. The scale and pace of these megaprojects has overwhelmed the Tahltan people, who claim this vast area as their traditional territory. And just as the oil industry has divided the Ogoni people of Nigeria, British Columbia's mining and energy rush is causing deep division within the Tahltan, resulting in blockades and peaceful arrests, for they fear that too much development too fast will be the death of their land and their culture. The flashpoint of this unrest is Shell's Klappan project, a massive coalbed methane gas proposal for the entire Sacred Headwaters Basin. Coalbed methane is considered one of the most destructive forms of resource extraction practiced on the planet, requiring thousands of wellheads, each one producing thousands of gallons of toxic wastewater every day. Given the sensitive location at the origin of 3 major salmon-bearing watersheds, Shell's Klappan project could permanently alter the entire Northwest ecosystem. Will Shell transform North America's largest unroaded wilderness into another disaster? The existing situation certainly mirrors that of Nigeria, a pro-development government, indigenous people already embroiled in resource conflict. On June 6th, Royal Dutch Shell took complete control of its subsidiary, Shell Canada. While Shell Canada has tried to create an image of social responsibility, Dutch Shell has a deplorable environmental and civil rights record. In the end, can our planet tolerate one of the world's worst polluters using one of the planet's most destructive forms of resource extraction upon one of the Earth's most sacred places? What can you do to stop this ecological disaster? Plenty. Contact Shell about your concerns over the Sacred Headwaters and the Klappan coalbed methane proposal. And the next time you fill up your tank, think about this video. For more information, visit dogwoodinitiative.org.